Hey YouTube, welcome to the pod. There's currently no name for the pod, but feel free to leave some comments below, some name suggestions. But anyways, uh, what's up? Something about me. Um, I'm a very experienced sports gambler for the last 10 years. I've been following the NBA for quite a bit now. So yeah, uh, take my word like a grain of salt. I'm not really necessarily an old head, but I'm pretty into statistics and all that stuff, and I watch most of the games during the regular season because I'm a pretty avid fantasy player and sports bettor. I love the sport. My favorite team is the Golden State Warriors. Um, yeah. Anyways, enough about me. You can ask more about me if you want in the comments, but let's get to this. Let's get to the tier list here. Okay, so this tier list is gonna be basically my 2026-2027 NBA season predictions. It's heavily weighted towards the playoffs. I mean, regular season is going to be a little different from playoff basketball, but basically, I have these tiers right here. So S tier, we have the contenders. So basically, the teams that are very like favored to win the chip. Um, they should at least have their goal set to make the final, basically. And anything less than that is pretty much a failure. Tier A is conference final ceiling. So these are the teams that, they could have a pretty crazy run. Like think about a playoff or two ago with the Indiana Pacers, and they made the finals, and no one expected that. So this is like a team that they have pretty high ceiling, but they're not favorites. Like no one's putting them in the convo like, oh, they better win a ring or else like it's cooked. But yeah, second round ceiling. These are like solid teams that they could make it to the second round. I don't see them making it to the finals or conference finals, regardless of how well they're doing. Um, they're solid. They're just missing a few pieces. Something wrong with their starters or the bench that just holds them back. First round ceiling. I mean, these are like your like eighth, seventh seed teams that just got out of the play-in. They're like they're okay, but I mean they're not going to be any of the contenders or conference final level teams. And lastly, we have play-in bound. So play-in bound is just teams that they're not rebuilding and tanking like F tier. They're trying to win. They're trying to make the play-in. Are they going to make the playoffs? Probably not. But you never know. They could upset, but yeah, they're just a little worse than the teams that will be in the first round. Anyways, enough rambling. Let's get on to it. So let's start out with something pretty. Let's start with OKC. OKC is pretty easy to rate, right? We're all putting OKC in the contenders tier, of course. Um, OKC. I mean, last year, yeah, they lost to the Spurs in the conference finals, but they were also missing J-Dub. J-Dub injured his hamstring. He couldn't stay healthy at all last year. Um, so I'm very high on J-Dub as a player. He was very important to their finals championship run the year before. Second option, clearly. I have him higher than Chet on that team, so I think he will have a positive impact. And I actually have them overall as my clear favorites to just win the chip. Last year was just an off year, but I don't think they got any weaker from their championship year. Maybe they lost a little bit of bench depth, but not really. I mean, they had some good pickups too. Um, and the team is older. I expect Chet to be better, of course. He did do pretty bad versus Wemby, but again, there will be a lot more offensive pressure taken off from him when J-Dub comes back, right? We don't need him to be a 20 and 10 man necessarily. Um, but his defense is still one of the top centers in the league right now. Um, and yeah, so not much to say about OKC. I guess we could talk about the departures to the team. So they did lose Isaiah Joe and Aaron Wiggins. Those two, they weren't getting like crazy minutes. They were like okay. Uh, I don't I don't really see it being that big. They did lose Dort though, so that's an interesting thing. Dort was pretty big to their defense. And I assume for Dort, instead of starting Dort, they're probably starting think what's his name? Jared McCain, right? At the SG position, or AJ Mitchell, if he is healthy, because he was also injured too, and he definitely stepped up to the plate last year. So either way, a losing Dort, maybe it will have something, but I don't think so. That team is just elite, both defensively, offensively. They have the reigning MVP. Um, Not much really to say. Anyways, I don't want to make this pod too long. You can always leave in the comments like what you think or something I missed. But yeah, I have this team pretty clear favorites. Championship DNA, plays defense, offense. They're a 60 win team every single year. They've been top of the West for a bit. Um, SGA is not going to get any worse really. He's still in his prime. And they didn't lose anyone really big except Dort, which again, some games he might even be a negative presence due to his poor shooting and other things. So yeah, let's move on. Okay, next is up is the San Antonio Spurs. So actually, I do have the Spurs as the second favorites to win. Yes, even though they lost to the Knicks in the finals, I just don't see like how this team will do any worse, really. They just need more experience. That's been their whole problem. They got 60 wins in their first year of trying, and they literally reached the finals, and they beat OKC too, pretty convincingly. And I don't know, Wemby's just gonna get better and better, right? He might even be an MVP next year. We don't know. He already won DPOY. He's probably gonna DPOY again. Um, they didn't lose anyone, so the roster didn't really change much. I will say they did add Tobias Harris via free agency. Pretty good, pretty decent addition. I like it. He had some spacing. One of the problems with this team is like a lot of people can't hit like a three. You know, they have Julian, but I mean sometimes Julian might have an off game or like, I don't know, it's just nice. Tobias Harris, solid ad. He's not gonna like push him like into favorites here over the Thunder for me, but pretty good. And I think they're young players. I would like to see more Dylan Harper minutes this year, which I assume is gonna happen. He was amazing throughout the playoffs. Clearly elite star talent. He'll probably be the second option behind Wemby. That's my hope this year. Um, and I don't see Castle getting any worse. I mean, Castle, he's been getting better and better every year. The only problem about the Spurs, of course, is the Fox contract, which is a little sketchy. But again, they're a young team. They have a lot of money to play with. They have the picks, so they'll figure it out eventually. Um, and also, Wemby signed that team-friendly contract instead of the Supermax, so maybe they get a piece at the trade deadline, but I don't think so. I think this team will just stick with what they got. Also, their coach Mitch Johnson, he was pretty poor, but again, that was his playoffs debut. He's only been a coach for what, a year or two, so I expect any like young coach to just improve over time. So yeah, Spurs probably my second favorites to win. I know it's crazy, but that's just how I feel. And continuing off that, actually, at number three, we have the Philadelphia 76ers. Yes, I have the Philadelphia 76ers to win the East. I have them as the third best team on my list. Um, and there's not much to say. I mean, we all saw what happened. Boston win traded them Jalen Brown. They got LeBron James on a like what 2 year $8 million contract. Absolutely insane. Um, they got some decent role player pickups. They got Anthony, they got Dean Wade, who had a good year last year. And they also, I think they drafted some guy, but I don't think that's too relevant. They did, I mean, losing Paul George for Jalen Brown is just a crazy, crazy like difference. I don't know. Jalen Brown, I mean, he was literally top six in MVP voting last year. Enough said. Paul George obviously is a bit washed. He's old and they pretty much offloaded his contract. I don't know. Everything the 76ers did, beautiful, beautiful front office work. Um, and I know LeBron James is hungry to win still. I mean, he clearly chose the strongest team out of all the ones besides, the championship winners like the Knicks that he didn't want to join anymore. Um, I don't know. This roster should work. I I think if they get anything less than the finals, it's a pretty big upset for them. I will say though, maybe the bench is a little sus, but I mean, they got KCP, they got Anthony, they got Dean Wade, Adim Bona. He's okay. They might need to pick up a better backup center. I mean, there's some decent guys. I guess there's like Jonas, who just departed from the Nuggets. Maybe he's I don't know. I don't even know where he's going. Maybe he's going back to Europe. I have no idea. But the starting lineup on paper might straight up be it is the strongest starting lineup in the NBA. And when you build a team, you need the starting lineup first, the bench second. So I believe it. The only downside, I guess, the 3-point shooting might be a little weak. And also, of course, Joel Embiid's health, LeBron James' health. But I mean, Maxi, he's been great. Like he's been getting those NBA All Teams. He's been getting those All Stars. He's a certified bucket. VJ had an amazing year last year. Um, Not much to say. Like he's only gonna get better. Maybe he might have a sophomore slump. Maybe his role is awkward for him because he got the ball a lot in his hands last year, but man is just too good on defense. I think he's just a contributor no matter what. It will be interesting to see how Coach Nick Nurse implements Jaylen Brown and LeBron James into the team, how they get their touches. But I mean, I guess we can trust Jaylen Brown. He said that he's approaching the season no ego, so yeah, we'll see on that. Joel Embiid, my man. Hopefully you're healthy. But yep, I'm feeling the Sixers team. Very strong super team. Uh, the only weakness maybe 3-point shooting, but again, they have certified buckets. We'll be okay. Anyways, carry on. My fourth contender and the final one for this one is the New York Knicks. I mean, there's not much to say. They won the chip last year. They pretty much didn't have any trouble along the way. And this team is just solid, great vibes, great team synergy. The starting lineup is so stacked. All of those guys are just great. Pretty much like all all-star level players except maybe Josh Hart, but he's one of the best hustle guys in the league. He'll get you those boards and all that stuff, but Mikal Bridges, Jalen Brunson, Josh, OG, Cat, all those guys are elite. They can get you a bucket. Their defense is great. They can cover Brunson's shortness, I guess. I don't know. And the bench is solid. I mean, they maintained Miles McBride, they maintained Shamet, they have Jose. Solid. But they did, I will say, the reason why I have the Knicks so low, as low as 4 in my power rankings, is simply because they lost Mitchell Robinson. Hey, I'm not a big Mitchell Robinson guy, but I will just say he's impactful. He plays a lot of good minutes for them. Gets the boards. His defense is much appreciated. I don't know. I think they're gonna miss him. He was an amazing backup, one of the best backup centers in the league. Um, that got poached to the Celtics, I believe. Um, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Also, I will say this is just my personal feeling. It's so hard historically to 2P in the NBA. Um, I mean, look at OKC. Everyone thought they're gonna 2P easy. Didn't happen. Um, many great teams get hyped up after their ring win that they're guaranteed a two-peat. But let's be honest, only the greatest teams in NBA history, like the Golden State Warriors, KD Warriors, the Miami Heat with LeBron, the Lakers, like the Bulls, like these are like some of the best teams of all time. So it's pretty hard to two-peat. Um, so yeah, I think players when they get their ring, they lose a little bit of that hunger. I don't know. This is just my feeling. Um, and that might be part of the reason why. And also, you lose valuable pieces. They lost Mitchell Robinson. What are they gonna do now? And you can get unlucky too. It was a pretty healthy year for the Knicks overall. Like pretty much no injuries in the playoffs. Like it was a good run. It was a good run. But yeah. Anyways, I'm rambling a little too much about the contenders. Let's get into more spicy conference finals ceiling type of teams. So I don't really have like the order like written out, so I'm just gonna talk about like the teams that I'll put in the tier, and maybe we'll rearrange it after I put all the teams that I think are in the tier. Let's see. Let's see. I see the Nuggets. Okay, so the Nuggets, yes, I think they will reach the conference finals still. Yes, the team gets worse and worse every year. They lost what's Peyton Watson, who was emerging as a really really good piece to their team. They lost Tim Hardaway Jr. Um, they lost Jonas, which I mean he wasn't getting minutes anyways. Jokic is playing full minutes, but and then they got Tyus Jones, which is whatever. I mean he's an okay backup, uh, but nothing that will like lead them to any like crazy uh upgrades from last year. I don't know. This team, they're getting worse. They're getting older, but Jokic, he's still arguably the top player in the NBA. He's maybe top two, but I mean, I don't know. Like, as long as Jokic is playing, as long as he's healthy, and as long as he's in form, the Nuggets are going to be a threat in the playoffs, no matter what. And Jamal Murray, you know, regular season, he's historically not been like as amazing except last year, but man, he's solid in the playoffs. Can't hate, can't hate. I'm not a big Jamal fan, um, but he'll put in the work. He'll put in the work. And then last year, it's hard to judge them because they did really well. They got over 50 wins. I forgot where the third seed or something. But they were missing so many people. Jokic sat out for some time. You got Aaron Gordon sitting out. You got Cam Johnson injured. Like the team just wasn't healthy. And I think going into the season, they should be healthy. Jokic also looks healthier. Oh yeah, and also I forgot to mention this random ass pickup they got, DeMar DeRozan. Which I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on that. I'll be honest. Um, he was obviously not good on the Kings, but yeah, we'll see. I don't know if they're maintaining Bruce Brown, but he's kind of fallen off since their championship run. His team should be okay. I think people are overhating Aaron Gordon, Jokic, Murray. Very very solid big three. Just had health issues. Yes, they played really bad versus the Timberwolves last year, but it's all good. It's all good. They'll be in the conference finals. They have that potential for sure. Jokic on the team, healthy, for sure. Okay, let's move on. Let's see what other team. Let's see something spicy. Let's see the Celtics. Sure. Celtics. Uh, you know, funnily enough, I think the Celtics are maybe. Hmm. They're more like. It's hard to say. I would put them. I have to think about it actually. This one maybe we'll leave for later. I'm kind of between A and B right now. Um, I do think Paul George actually surprisingly played pretty well in the playoffs last year. He's part of the reason why the Sixers even upset Boston. Mitchell Robinson is a good addition. Very much needed center depth. And I think they got like Mike Conley or something, but that's kind of whatever. Nothing bigger. Um, Jason Tatum, he's coming back hungry. He's going to be chasing that MVP. He's going to be chasing that Finals MVP. He's one of the most underrated and hated on superstars in the league. But he's just a good player. I don't know. He's been consistently in the playoffs. He's been consistently playing well in the playoffs. I think Boston is okay. Maybe they make a trade at the deadline to push him over the edge. I expect them to do well in the regular season. Joe Mazzulla is an excellent coach. Um, Tatum is a better first option than Jaylen Brown, personally, in my opinion, still. Um, yeah, I think they'll be okay. Paul George healthy, they'll be okay. Still, we'll see, we'll see. I'm gonna look at the other teams first. Okay, let's talk about the Cavs. So Cavs definitely have conference final ceiling. Um, whether you like them or not, I know a lot of people don't like James Harden, but I mean, he does well in the regular season. He pushes his team to high seed, which increases their chance to do well in the playoffs. They got the conference finals last year. I will say they did lose Dean Wade, which is somewhat kind of alarming because I think he was pretty big contributor last year. But they did get Peyton Watson, which arguably is a pretty big upgrade. They did miss out on LeBron James. I would have them maybe higher if they had LeBron, but yeah, this team will do well in the regular season for sure. Donovan Mitchell gonna farm his NBA All First Team, all that BS. Uh, they still have okay. I don't know. I guess they did lose Max Struess. They did lose Schroeder, Dean Wade. Mm, they might get worse this year. I don't think the addition of Peyton Watson is worth it. Uh, that's another one like Boston. Like we'll have to think about that one. Okay, but probably conference finals fees ceiling, ceiling, not necessarily guaranteed, because we're probably thinking the Sixers and the Knicks are the conference finals, just like the Thunder and the OK Spurs. Sorry, my brain's a little farting. I'm a little tired. I came back from a flight an hour ago, and it's like 11 my time right now. So yeah, I recorded the pod for the love of the game, and for those who want to watch it in the morning, drive to work. Anyways, enough yapping. I think I'm blabbing on a little too long. Let's get this a little faster. Uh, er, er, mm, mm. Let's see. Any of these teams interest me? Lakers. Mm, we'll put them right here for now. Miami Heat. We'll put them here right now. Uh, hmm. Oh, Wolves. Okay, Wolves definitely have conference final ceiling. I mean, I don't know. LaMelo Ball, obvious upgrade over Julius Randle. They did lose Naz Reid, but it's okay. Naz Reid is a little bit overrated, honestly. He was good before his fat contract he signed, but I would say post contract, he's I he's still a solid backup big, but he's not. He's definitely not. Julius Randle and him is not worth as good as LaMelo. LaMelo's gonna be able to lead the offense. Anthony Edwards, he's been forced to play point guard because Conley has been old, and just simply put, Anthony Edwards is just not a good point guard. He's an excellent SG. He's actually added three ball to his game. He's just good. But yeah, LaMelo, another star they added, all-star level player. So definitely him leading the offense will be good. This team is gonna be funny to watch. Um, I'm low key a doubter. Some people might put them in contenders tier. I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see it. I think this team is a little too low basketball IQ. I think Lamelo. I'm not a big Lamelo fan. I will admit he's an R-star level player. He's a good passer, but he plays what I call TikTok basketball. I'm never trusting that guy. Um, so yeah, definitely not contender tier. Also, I will say, if you look at the depth chart, the Wolves, their bench is garbage. Dante DiVincenzo is going to be out for the year. Um, Bones Highland, I mean, he's okay. Terrence Shannon Jr., not good, not good, not good. Josh Green mid. I don't even know who the backup center is. Some random. Um, yeah, I don't know. And Ayo, I mean, he was excellent off the bench. I don't know if he's starter level player, to be honest. I mean, he didn't really cook on the Bulls. I don't know. I mean, he'll be a bucket. He doesn't have to carry the offensive load, right? We got Ant and Lamelo to do that. Jaden McDaniels will give you some buckets too. Um, yeah. Rudy Gobert also getting older. I'm a Rudy Gobert hater. I will say he cooked versus Jokic last playoffs, but he's gonna get older. He's gonna get slower. Yeah, I think his contract is way too. My headset turned off, I think, because of the sound. But I think last thing I was saying that I'm a really bigger Gobert hater. I think he's getting older, slower. He was good last year versus Jokic, but I don't think he's worth his contract. So yeah. Anyways, let's carry on. See any other teams like that are in this like A and B area? Oh, Rockets. We can talk about the Rockets. Mm, yeah, all these other teams are kind of mid. Okay, so let's break it down. Who who out of these are I can see possibly making conference finals? These teams are the projected conference finals teams and has the ceiling to reach the finals, but who can upset and possibly get into this tier? So let's look at it. Okay, so we kind of talked about a little bit each. All right. Um, I will just put the Nuggets here. I think the Nuggets, they still have championship DNA. They still have arguably the best player in the world. I already yapped about the Nuggets quite a bit. Um, I think they're definitely in this A tier. They can definitely reach the conference finals. Um, yeah. Let's see what else for the West. Mm, I actually, mm, I don't mind the Lakers. This is going to be a hot take. I think this Lakers roster is actually good, despite what people reacted on social media, despite what NBA media has been hating on him. The all-white team. Um, I don't know. Luka Doncic been a big fan of the player for a while. He is just insane. Arguably, if he was playing on OKC or the Nuggets, he would just win MVP because the teams are just better the last few years. But you know, Lakers team has been disjointed because LeBron was like taking like what 50 mil. They had a bunch of like random like contracts they had to get rid of and stuff. I like the team. I like the team, believe it or not. AR-15, when LeBron had that sciatica pain at the start of the season, AR-15, he's averaging like what, like 28 to 30 points per game. I mean, that's pretty good for a second option. Uh, Maybe for Luca, he's not as good as Kyrie on the Mavs, that Mavs finals team, but I mean, he can get to the free throw line. He can hit some threes. He can get some twos. I don't know. Good player. Big fan. Possible All-Star season. Keep an eye on AR-15. Actually, if you're playing fantasy, good draft pick. I think so. People will probably underrate him. I mean, LeBron's gone, so he's just gonna get the touches. And then they added some pretty good guys. Walker Kessler, I've been high on that guy for a long time. He's almost low key like Wembanyama before Wembanyama. And no, I'm talking about like for the blocks. That guy can get you a block. Well, he's averaged like 2, 3 blocks per game. Like insane player, good rebounder. Yeah, his offense is okay, but I mean he's gonna be better than DeAndre Ayton. Come on. Um, and I think he's hungry to win in LA. You know, he signed a decent contract with them. They traded a lot of picks for him. Uh, LA believes in him. I believe in him. I think he will be great under the Luka system. And of course they got Quentin Grimes. He's been proven that he had sparks in his career, like on the Sixers, where he just scored a bunch of buckets. I like him. I wish they didn't keep Jared Vanderbilt. I'm not sure what that's going on with that. He's kind of mid. Colin Sexton, solid pickup. He'll be a decent PG off the bench. Sandro, I think he's is he the starting PF? Sandro Mamu. I don't know much about him honestly. I mean, he was like a third stringer on the Raptors. I'll say that's the weirdest contract they gave out, but I heard he's hyped up. Maybe he'll be good. I don't know. Any team with Luka Doncic is gonna do well in the regular season, and they will probably be someone that you should just look out for in the playoffs. I like him. I'm a fan. I'm a big fan. Oh, they did. I mean, they lost some decent guys like Smart and Rui, but again, the pickups, it's a gamble, but I think as a gambling man, I believe in it. Anyways, let's see who else. So we got two teams that I put up here. Let's see out of the East teams. Um, uh, I'm gonna put Celtics. I'm very high on what's his name, Jason Tatum. Big fan of him for many years now. Um, I think he's got a chip on his shoulder. People have been hating on his ring. He didn't win Finals MVP. He's reminds me of my boy Steph. He's hungry for that Finals MVP. So Tatum, he'll probably be in top like 5 or 6 in MVP voting too. I mean, he's just that good. Uh, yeah, Celtics. Yes, losing Jalen Brown is a big deal, but I can see Peyton Pritchard going up. I can see D White going up. I mean, they'll get more touches. They're really good players. Also, I'm really curious to see this Hugo guy play. I saw him play a little bit, but people kind of hype him up because of his defensive metrics. But maybe he'll get a bigger role this year. Jordan Walsh, if he cleans up those fouls, It'll be good. Their bench is actually pretty underrated, I would say. Jordan Walsh, Hugo, Conley, Sam, Mitchell Robinson. Not bad, not bad. Quetta will probably get better. Yeah. I mean, I'm always going to trust Joe Mazzulla. I think he's one of the best coaches in the NBA. Yes, they got upset by the Sixers, but that team seems like they had internal drama with the Jaylen Brown stuff, so maybe the locker room cancer is gone and they do much better. Anyways, and for my last pick for second round conference final ceilings, because I'm gonna do two in the East, two in the West. It's hard because low key, I think both Miami and the Cavs are like kind of fraudulent. But you know what? We'll put Miami actually in A tier. I'm kind of feeling them, low key. The recent Klay Thompson pickup. Yes, he's washed. Yes, he's slower. Yes, his defense is not good anymore. But I mean, he shot 38% from three last year. He's gonna have a reduced role, probably like 20 minutes per game ish. I'm not sure if he starts over THJ, but I mean, he doesn't need to carry the offensive load, right? We got Bam and Giannis. Bam is good for 20 probably. Giannis is good for 30 MVP player, level player. Let's be real. A little bit injury concerns for Giannis. He's getting older, and his play style of basketball is a little physical. But the team is solid. Davion Mitchell, excellent, excellent. Third, fourth option on your team. I mean, his defense is just good. Um, Great for a guard. Um, and whoever starts in SG, I'm not sure, Clay or THJ, either of those guys, good 3-point shooter. They'll fill their role. They just need to add spacing around Bam and Giannis duo, which is a bit questionable. And then at the SF position, we got Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins, great shooter. Um, he'll also provide the spacing. And I assume this team, you see Spolstra. He's pretty determined. He has a superstar now to coach. I think the team will be good. The Heat, they're always like, in there. Oh, and I forgot to mention that they also got Bobby Portis in that Giannis trade. Bobby Portis, he's old, yeah, but he's a very underrated backup big. He can shoot a three, and any backup big who can shoot a three is always going to be valuable on any roster, pretty much. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Their depth is a little sketchy, but big upgrades to this team. I mean, Giannis, come on, he's he's just good. he's gonna get you your he's gonna get you your buckets. Uh, and of course, Spo is a great coach. I think I have him over the Cavs. Yes, yes, the Cavs got to the conference finals last year, but I don't know. They lost a few good bench pieces that I personally liked last season, and I don't think Peyton Watson is necessarily gonna change it. James Harden, I mean, he's just gonna get worse every year, right? He'll farm the regular season. We already know he's gonna shit the bed in the playoffs. So yeah, you already know. Donovan Mitchell, we know his ceiling. Let's be real. And the Twin Towers, like Jarrett Allen, Evan Mobley. I don't know, man. I hype them up. I believe in them in the regular season. They put up good stats, but like, man, they really like fall off in the playoffs. I don't know what to say. Okay, we'll keep the Cavs there. Wolves. So yeah, we're leaving Wolves in B tier. Again, I'm not a big fan of the depth. It's a different story if Dante is healthy, but he's not. And I already said it many times. LaMelo Ball, CTE player. Uh, yeah, he'll improve the team, but he's not gonna save him. I think I respect them for going all out. They had to. They had to make this trade. Don't get me wrong, because Anthony Edwards, he's gonna be upset. He wants a real second option. LaMelo is a real second option over Julius Randle. So yeah. Anyways, bench not good enough for me. I think it's a bunch of Humegalols. Starters are good on paper, but eh, eh. I can see them losing to the Lakers or Nuggets pretty easily, and they definitely get smashed by this person. OKC, let's be real. Okay, and then I have the Rockets in his tier two. So Rockets, they're gonna be better this year. My boy Fred, he will be playing. He was out the whole year. So they actually have a ball handler. Amen Thompson hoops, ball handling hoops. Nah, Nah, that was a disaster last year. And also as a fantasy player, very overrated pick. But anyways, regardless, this is not a fantasy podcast. This is just talking about the game. We're all watchers of the game, mind the game pod, all that stuff. But anyways, yeah, Sengun. I mean, that guy. I don't know. He's a joke to me. KD will be KD. He'll get his buckets, but every year he looks a little slower. He looks a little older. He plays a lot less defense compared to his Golden State days. Jabari Smith Jr. I mean, I don't know. Listen to KD what he said about Jabari Smith Jr. on his burner account. You can look it up. Uh, Jabari Smith Jr. I don't see him improving. Amen could improve a little bit more. He's really really good defensively. His offense is okay. But yeah, we'll see. They do have what's his name, Steve Adams coming back, which who is one of the better backup bigs, but I mean that guy's an injury mess too. So I don't know. They did get Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart is solid, but I don't know. Reed Shepard, meh. Bogdan, meh. Tarisin, meh. You know, it's okay. They're okay. They're okay. And I kind of want to put another East. I need to put another Eastern team here to balance it out. Let's see. Out of these teams, who am I feeling? Who am I feeling? Oh, wait. Okay. No. I need to adjust this. Okay. Hold on. Raptors. Ah. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about the Raptors, assuming that Kawhi is basically gonna be traded to them. Kawhi is a huge pickup for the Raptors. Yes, there's a lot of Kawhi haters, but come on, man. Last year, insane, one of his best regular seasons ever. I mean, he's still younger than like the other old guys like KD and Steph and LeBron. I mean, and he'll cook. He'll get you your buckets. He'll play the defense. Huge addition. Because I think the problem with that Raptors team last year, they don't really have a true first option. I'm sorry. Scotty Barnes, he's great. Really good defensive player. He can get you points. He can handle the ball sometimes, but he is not a superstar level player. I hate to say it. Sorry, Scotty Barnes fans, if you're listening. Kawhi is huge. He's gonna get you at least 25 a game, right? Um, Ingram, I hate Ingram, so I don't even want to talk about that. But huge upgrade in my opinion. Also, they were kind of injured last year. I think Jacob was a little bit injured. If I'm mistaken, Jacob was injured a little bit. RJ Barrett was injured. Um, so yeah. The only problem is the bench is pretty terrible. So yeah, the bench is pretty. Yeah, the bench is kind of a joke. I think I'm keeping them in this tier for sure. Okay, let's see. Let's arrange it a little bit. So out of these teams, who do I think is the best? You. I think I'm gonna put the Celtics up. They're young, they're experienced, they want a ring. I don't know. I'm always a Celtics guy. Last year they like way overperformed what they were expected to do in the regular season when Tatum was out. Paul George, if he can stay healthy, I assume he will. Um, just a good guy. Let's see, Nuggets. Nuggets are gonna do well in the regular season. I think they will. They're probably better than the Lakers and the Heat. I'm gonna put the Heat over the Lakers because the Lakers are very untested, but I think their ceiling is really high, and I swear I don't get the haters. I think this team will be good. I'll be looking at them this year closely. Um, yeah, this is probably what I would order strength of these level teams. B tier. Let's see. Out of all these teams, I will say the Wolves probably the best. I know I expressed a lot of hate about their bench. I expressed some hate on Gobert and LaMelo, but I mean they're still gonna push through and do well. This team is young. Besides Gobert, they're hungry. Ant is always getting better every year. They'll be good. They'll be good. And LaMelo definitely lowers a lot of the offensive load onto Ant, so he can play much better defense than he did last year, which was not very good. Out of the rest, I'm gonna put the Raptors over the Cavs. I think the addition of Kawhi is insane. Uh, and the Cavs basically did not improve. They kind of side graded, in my opinion, because they lost a bunch of bench just to add Peyton Watson. It's kind of whatever. And Rockets, I don't know. Fred off the Achilles, probably not going to look as good. He was already looking washed the years before, so we'll keep him there. I think that's pretty solid. I think this is pretty much, yeah. So S through B tier, I mean, I'm going to discuss a lot, right? Because these are the actual interesting teams that, are in the convos throughout the year. But the teams below are kind of more jokes. So I'm not going to go into too much detail on some of them. Like, for example, Nets. Okay. Nets, man. I don't know what to say. I mean, they're just rebuilding. Jew, my boy Jew, he's gonna shoot up his shots. MPJ can shoot up his shots. That team is garbage. Their first round picks are honestly garbage too. I don't see anything about this team. This is clearly need a rebuild or hard. I don't even know what to do. Uh, let's see. Hornets. I mean, they're gonna be rebuilding and tanking too, right? They lost LaMelo and they also lost Miles Bridges and they lost Josh Green, Trey Mann. They lost a lot of players. They added Nazarene, who's overrated. They had Jason Allen. They had Schroeder. A good year for Khan to get his shots in. Get more confidence as a bigger option on the team. But yeah, maybe we'll see B Miller like pull off some crazy stuff. Khan and B Miller. Maybe they prove me wrong. But team is young. They have time to develop. We are putting them definitely in the rebuilding stage. They do not have a superstar currently. Bulls. Actually, I'm not too familiar on the Bulls. I didn't follow them closely. Okay, so they did add Norman Powell and Nick Claxton, which should help. Josh Giddey was pretty good last year. Buzelis probably improves. They drafted Caleb Wilson with the fourth overall pick. Not a bad team. Maybe they make the play-ins. I'll put them in the play-ins here for now. The Hawks. Hawks can easily make first round. We'll throw them there. Mavs. Mm, Mavericks. I mean, Kyrie's gonna play this year. Flag is gonna get better. They still have PJ and stuff. Max Christie might get a little better. They also drafted, I believe, Morez Johnson at the ninth pick. They got some. Their bench is not bad actually. I don't know. Uh, we'll put them playing bound for now. I don't know. I don't think I have them over like let's say the Suns. So yeah, Pistons. First round ceiling. I mean, did their roster just get worse? And didn't they also like have beef with their boy? What's his name? Or wait, did they lose? I don't even know if Duran got signed. Honestly, I'm not up to date on that one. Let me take a look real quick. Okay, they didn't even like. Dude, it's a mess. They lost Duran basically. They replaced him with John Collins. Clear downgrade. They also lost Tobias Harris. They lost Beef Stew. They lost Levert. I mean, I don't know. This team might even, yeah, first round ceiling. I mean, Cade is gonna be good still. Asar is gonna get better. John Collins, he's a contributor, not as good as Duran, but okay. I might move them down to playing bound. I'm not sure. The pretty low stakes on that team. Golden State Warriors, my boys. Okay, this team. I mean, I don't know. I'm just sad, man. Don't talk to me about it. I loved the Jimmy Butler edition, the trade, and we have like what over a 60% win rate when he plays. But man, Achilles, he's older, might be cooked. And my front office is really bad. I don't know. We couldn't get Jaylen Brown. We couldn't get LeBron. We couldn't get Giannis. We couldn't get anyone. And we have so many tradable picks. But I mean, you can hear me do a whole other video ranting about the Warriors, the front office, and how they don't trade first round picks. And yeah, I do like Yaxel. I watched him in the preseason, the summer league stuff. Great player. Looks NBA ready surprisingly, but I don't know. Not gonna push us that very high. And Draymond, I mean, I don't know, they just gave him a freaking bag. I don't know why. I do like that we kept Porzingis and Al Horford. That was a solid center rotation. I like that a lot. I believe Porzingis may be healthier. Al Horford, I mean, he's not going to play back to backs. We're going to be really hard getting wins this in the regular season. That's the problem with this team. Mm, Also, I guess, I mean, what we also got Melton back. Melton should look better. Last year, terrible, terrible year. But he's coming off the injury. But I mean, if he goes back to his average, pretty big contributor. Maybe Pods takes a step. I don't know. Pods, I've always said it to my friends. He has Josh Hart's ceiling. Um, so maybe he becomes Josh Hart. And you know what? I'm gonna say it. I'm a Warriors fan. I'm biased. We're throwing them in the second round ceiling because Steph Curry, my goat, can carry us. I just believe. I mean, if I'm being real, what OKC Spurs are gonna be first and second seed, and we're probably gonna be in the play-in because of the wins. So I'm putting this one for jokes, guys. I don't even know. Yeah, we're not gonna make out the first round if I'm being serious. But Steph Curry, my goat, he's gonna cook somehow. Or we're gonna find some crazy trade, or Jimmy Butler somehow comes back like goated. I don't even know. I'm just sad depressed talking about it. Don't talk to me about it. Pacers, man. I'll put the Pacers here. Mm, I think they had a Cinderella run. Halliburton. I don't know. It's a solid team, but they don't speak to me. They're not on the same tier as the Cavs, the Raptors, in my view. Just I don't know, something about it. They're just like they just had that Cinderella run, in my opinion. Everyone was hitting their shots, and the team was just clicking together. They might have even won the ring if Halliburton didn't get injured. But yeah, I don't know. I will probably be proven wrong. Um, I'm just not a big Halliburton guy. I think he's great, but not the same level of like MVP level player. So it's whatever for me. Clippers definitely rebuilding. I mean, they traded Kawhi. They fucking signed Rui to like some contract. I don't know. They're just playing for fun. Just let them have fun. I don't know. You know, we hate Steve Ballmer. Adam Silver's scammer. Sick Clippers should be kicked out of the league, or at least Steve Ballmer forced to sell the team. But yeah, Grizzlies, no comment. Bucks, no comment. Sorry, Tyler Hero fans. He is bad. Pelicans, bro. I hate the Pelicans, man. They will not trade my team Trey Murphy, and Zion is a bum. I don't know. They're just hoarding Herb Jones and Trey Murphy. They're gonna leave us free agents. Zion's gonna leave us free agent. I don't know. I don't even know what they're cooking, bro. This team's cooked. Magic, playing bound. I don't know if they get worse, better. I think they got worse, right? They lost Mo Wagner. The only person they add was Vucevic, who's completely washed. Paolo, I think we've seen enough of him to kind of judge his career trajectory. He's no LeBron James. That's all I'm gonna say. Franz Wagner might play better this year. Last year he was giga injured, so he only played 34 games. So maybe they see something, but I didn't really like the Desmond Bane addition actually, even though I was high on it when they got traded. So far it's been kind of mid, especially for the picks they traded. Suggs is I'm not a Suggs guy. Anthony Black, he's okay. Their bench is kind of low key like trash. Yeah, playing bound, playing level team for sure. Not as good as the Pistons, not as good as the Pacers. Oh, I didn't talk about the Hawks. Hawks should be. They can make the first round easily. I mean, the team's solid on paper. CJ McCollum is hungry. They got Nikhil Alexander Walker, who played really well last year. Most improved player, I believe. Dyson Daniels, great. Um, Jalen Johnson, I mean, he has a lot of room to improve. His defense is still pretty big liability, especially for the position he plays. But I don't know. Easy first round for them, honestly. They should cook. They can cook the Bulls. They can cook the Magic. And like all these other teams, it's like whatever. They did add Dort too. Maybe Dort helps. Maybe Dort takes off some load for Dyson Daniels and he plays a little bit better. I don't know. Aaron Wiggins not bad. He'll play. He'll give you a solid 20 minutes. Uh, yeah, their other players are pretty much not notable, but yeah, that's that. Phoenix Suns. Phoenix Suns should be around here. They made some interesting. They're one of the more interesting teams. I mean, they added Miles Bridges. I don't think Miles Bridges is amazing, but he'll get you some points. He'll get you some buckets. He'll get you some rebounds. But I don't know. Mark Williams, he can't play a full season healthy. Chandler Green, I don't even talk about that guy. I think that guy's trash. Like, I don't know. Shot Chucker Deluxe. Devin Booker, bro, that guy's soft. Soft, soft. The peak of his career was literally like playing on the Olympics team, getting carried by KD, Steph, and LeBron and AD and stuff. I don't know. He was good on that team. I'll give him that. Finals. We don't talk about this. Bench is okay. They got Luke Kennard, which was really good for the Lakers last year. Colin Gillespie might get a little better. Goodwin, eh, eh. I don't know. They're like literally like a great definition of a first round ceiling team. Like they'll hit the first round and get clapped. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Trailblazers. Interesting, actually. Very interesting. They added John Morant, who's very hungry to prove himself, but John Morant can't stay healthy. So I don't know. I don't know how we feel about that. And he's not the smartest player ever. He's another one of my TikTok basketball players in my head. It's kind of whatever. Damian Lillard, old, very old. He's coming off his injury. He's just not gonna be the same guy. He already did not look like that guy in the Bucks post injury. He's pretty cooked, but I'm sure he'll play with a lot of heart. So maybe they can make out of the play-in. I don't know. Denny, good player, good stats. He'll produce. They still kept Drew too. Drew's solid. Klingon might get a little better. I don't know. Klingon, he's also one of those like interesting players that will get you those blocks. So maybe he makes a leap. Scoot Anderson, nah, nah. That guy is an draft pick. Shaden Sharp, he's been in the league a decent amount. He's okay. Their bench is mid. Yeah, first round ceiling sounds about right. Kings, dog shit. They might even be the worst team in the league. I don't even know what they're doing, man. Uh, Maybe they trade Sabonis to the Warriors, man. No, no, well, not they're not gonna because we already have two centers, but it's funny. His contract is too insane. Zach Levine, bro. Yeah, very disappointing. And they literally have like no young talent. Keegan Murray's trash. No said. Yeah, they're overpaying Malik Monk. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. That team's terrible. Utah Jazz playing bound. Pretty easy to rate them there. So look, if the Jazz kept Walker Kessler, I'm kind of feeling a low key, but no, they replaced Walker Kessler with JJJ. JJJ, meh, falls out all the time. Fake do POI made up blocks. Meh, meh, meh. Not feeling that guy at all. Lowry, I don't know. He hasn't even made the playoffs. They're gonna try to win. Ace is good. Definitely has room to improve. Darren Peterson, very interesting. He's also another one of those players that he might pop off in his rookie year like Cooper Flag, but I don't know if it's gonna net them crazy wins. Keontae George improved a lot last year. Big Keontae George fan, but I don't know. Definitely playing bound. I don't see them guaranteed the first out of the play-in compared to the Suns and Blazers. I definitely would have those teams above the Jazz and even my Warriors that I said were pretty much trash. And honestly, they probably lose to. My headset went out again. But let's wrap this up real quick. Wizards. Oof. Wizards. Hey, this team is also one of the weird teams to rate, honestly. Like, AD, if he can play, probably can't play, but if he can play, pretty dang good. Enough to get through some of the Eastern teams. Uh, and Trey Young, I don't know, his basketball low-key not winning basketball, but he is playing with like an insane big of 80, and Alex R is gonna get better. He's really good defensively. He's gonna get better. So, honestly, we'll be generous. We'll put him up here. I could see them. I could see them fighting against the Pistons and Hawks and Pacers. I could totally see it. I mean, AD championship DNA, right? Keyshawn George is gonna get better. Bub is gonna get better. Bilal is gonna get better. Aiton joke backup, but who cares? We don't need him. We got Sar, young legs. He will play the 30 minutes as long as he's healthy. Chris Middleton, good vet on the team. Not gonna play you crazy minutes, probably less than 20. But yeah, that's about it. Let's rearrange the order here a little bit. Um, I guess because again, left to right matters. Out of this one, definitely having the Pacers on top. Pacers are fringe second round ceiling type of team. Mm, honestly, we can throw them here. We'll throw them here. Since I put this to balance out the East and West teams, we'll throw the Pacers and the Warriors here. Okay. Hawks. Hawks better than Pistons. Let's see. Suns probably better than Pistons. Trailblazers around the same. Wizards. Mm, Wizards probably better than Trailblazers. I'm not sure if they're better than the Pistons. Mm, yeah, they're probably better than Pistons. I mean, they lost Duran. It's pretty big, 20 and 10 man. Whenever you lose your 20 and 10 man, you already know. I'm not a big fan of that. 20 10 man's very important to your team winning. So play inbound. Let's see. Look at this. Let's look at this. Magic. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. They're probably still the best out of these playing teams. Jazz. They're more experienced. They have more pieces. I don't know. It depends on how Kyrie looks. Kyrie will be good. I'll put Kyrie. Below the Magic, but above the Bulls and Jazz. Bulls, Jazz. I mean, these teams are kind of equal. Like they have their fancy, shiny first round pick this year, and they have some good pieces. Meh. Yeah, it's pretty accurate. And this one's like, I, I mean, I could just like hate rate them. Clippers probably above this one. Hornets probably the best out of this team because they still have good pieces. Uh, Pels maybe. I would have Pels above Grizzlies and Kings. I would put the Bucks over the Nets. The Nets are probably just right here. Actually, well, the Grizzlies are worse than Nets, and the Kings, bro, the Kings, the fucking Kings. All right. Anyways, I went on. This is now an hour long podcast. I kind of rambled on a long time. I'm probably no one's even gonna listen to this. But if you did like the podcast, if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, hit that like. Helps a lot. Let me know what you think. All right. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you later. I'm so tired, bro. See ya.